fellow Patriots colony, and welcome to Taiji Chuan and Qigong. My name is Dan Rockwell. We are wanting to first get ourselves in harmony with gravity. So we want to build our foundation like we're going to build a house that we want to last a very long time. So we start with our feet. We have them about shoulder width apart. Have them as parallel as we can get them. If that causes you issues with any of the joints and you need to have your toes out a little bit, that's okay. For all of this, you want to stay in your comfort zone. 70% of whatever you're capable of at this moment. Always some bend in your knees and elbows, never fully compress, never fully extend. And you should be able to smile when you do it, and if you can, you back off until you can't. Have yourself as firmly connected to the floor and through the floor to the earth as you can. So again, we use visualizations. We use visualizations a lot in this. You have acupressure points in the center of your forefoot called bubbling wells, and you can visualize an energetic connection going to the earth there, a magnetic kind of connection. You can also use rooting, visualizing yourself like a very sturdy tree growing roots down into the earth. And for that triangular, stable connection, like a milking stool that never rocks because it only has 3 legs. Use the ball of the foot at the base of the big toe, the ball of the foot at the base of the little toe in the center of the heel, and just visualize your roots growing down into the earth. Whatever works for you, come up with your own visualization, but it's just something that's going to help you stay very connected and very grounded. That causes your feet to flatten out so that your knees bow in. Just bring your arches up until your knees are pointed in the same direction as your toes. And everything we do, knees and toes are pointed in the same direction. And whenever we go, and we've been doing some Yang style, when we're in that bow and arrow stance, knee is always behind the toes, front and back, even though they're lining up together. Once you're firmly grounded to the earth, ground yourself to the sky, to the heavens, crown of the head, ba way, an energetic connection, a magnetic connection, a line attached there pulling you straight up, making you taller, stacking vertebrae on top of each other. Making adjustments to your body, your tailbone drops down a little bit, your hips move back a little bit, tops of your hips are parallel to the floor, that flattens out your stomach and your lower back. Again, if that doesn't feel comfortable, just adjust yourself into whatever feels best for you. Tops of your shoulders are parallel to the floor, so they're not up around your ears like you're all stressed out, or slouched forward like you're feeling tired or sad, or not pulled back like at attention, which puts pressure on your chest and makes you kind of rigid. So you just want to have everything relaxed. Imaginary line across your eyes and ears is parallel to the floor. As that line pulls you up, it lifts the back of your head, tucks your chin in a little bit, moves your head back over your shoulders, so that your head becomes nice and balanced on your shoulders. Remember, our head out of alignment is one of the main things that throws our balance off. If you're walking along like this, looking at your phone, or you just tend to walk tilted forward anyway, trying to see where your feet are going. Our foundation is that invisible line we imagine around the outsides of our feet, and everything inside that rectangle is the foundation. And if you visualize like a pendulum dropping down through the center of your body from the crown through the perineum, it should hit the floor somewhere within that foundation. When you tilt your head out, that pendulum swings out here beyond your foundation, and instead of being balanced over your foundation, you're tilting forward like almost in a fall. So just relax into that. You drop a line from your earlobe that goes through the center of your shoulders, center of your hips, center of your ankles, a little bend in your knees. You're in harmony with gravity. Then you focus on your breath. You want to breathe down to our abdomen so we have a relaxation response breath. So you inhale through your nose, pulling your diaphragm down, touching the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. On the exhale, you can exhale through your nose or you can exhale through your mouth, but in either case, you pull the pelvic floor up to move as much of your out as you can. Remember the 70% rule applies to breathing too. You don't have to try to inhale the room you're in or great outdoors. You just breathe comfortably, but you do want to breathe down here. You can do that experiment where you put one hand on middle dantian, one hand on lower dantian, one on the chest or heart chakra, one just below your belly button, and breathe like you normally breathe. And this is something you can check at different times during the day. The hand up here is the one moving, and this one's staying still. We're breathing in the stress response. It's automatically going to make your blood pressure go up, your breathing rate go up, your heart rate go up, blood sugar even goes up. So you want to breathe from down here and all those things lower. If you breathe out through your mouth, just sigh and release the tongue. With that sound, just let whatever tension is inside, whatever tightness is inside, just flow out and away from you and dissipate and leave. Just breathe at your own pace, making the exhale last a second or two or three longer than the inhale. Again, that engages the relaxation response. Relax all the muscles in your face. The way we express emotions is with our face, and if you're tensed up, there's two ways to get yourself tensed up without even thinking. One is tense up the muscles in your face, the other is breathe from up here. So if you just focus on relaxing the muscles in your face and breathing down to your abdomen, you can automatically start to relax yourself. Another thing you can do is just kind of examine your thoughts and realize that they're just thoughts, they're not you. So if you notice yourself feeling anxious, rather than getting carried away with that, you can just say, I notice I'm feeling anxious right now. And it kind of separates you from that a little bit. And then you can focus on the relaxation response. And we'll do our regular warm-up today. So let your arms float up with your palms facing. Turn your hands towards you as you press in. You push your head back a little bit to feel some movement in your neck. Turn your hands and you press out. Hands come down. Inhale on the way up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Hands come up again. This time one hand drops down, palm towards the floor, other arm folds over. So palm lines up with your forehead. 70% of your range of motion, moving just your head and your arm. You turn to that side. As you come back to the center, the lower hand comes up. Palms face briefly, then you turn to the other side as you exhale. And inhale to the center. Two more on each side. Your head to one side, 70% of your range. Just drop your chin, roll across the bottom, back into that center line, straight across as you inhale, and exhale across the bottom. And reverse other side. Shoulder rolls. Remember, you can rotate your hands so your palms are faced behind you. Just rotate your elbows if you have issues with your shoulders and your rotator cuffs. And just reverse. Up. And exhale down. Arms come up again with your palms facing. Get your elbows at right angles. Bring your forearms and palms together. If that causes you issues, just relax your elbows out. We're going to open the upper chest and the upper back. Inhale and exhale. And then just pause, extend your arms out, keeping softness in the elbow, but letting all the joints extend outwards, and then hands come back towards your shoulders, but not all the way. So exhale out, and inhale back. You just want to rotate the hands towards you and away from you, and towards and away from each other. Circles one way, circles the other way. Bring your hands together and clasp your fingers together, and then just circle one way and the other way. And just kind of shake your hands around a little bit. Don't know if you can hear it, but we have several kinds of woodpeckers in the woods here. Downy woodpeckers and red-bellied woodpeckers, and sighting of a red-headed woodpecker some years ago, but I haven't seen one. With the pileated woodpeckers, and I think that's the big woodpecker up there making all the noise. Bring your hands together, fingers facing as you inhale, expand all the joints in your hand. As you exhale, take it back. So inhale, exhale. Do a couple more. Hold the ball. Going to stretch the muscles to the back a little bit. Lower hand rotates out, presses up. Upper hand presses down. Inhale for the center. And exhale out. And you come back to the center. We're going to rotate just from the hips up. Whichever hand is on top, you go to that side and turn the hands and come back. Back to the center, hands go out to one side. Shift all your weight into that foot, and that foot's now your foundation. Goes out, goes back. Exhale and then inhale. And then keeping yourself perpendicular over a foundation, hands go back a little bit to counterbalance. But either foot, it doesn't matter, it goes up and back. And do the same thing on the other side. And turn the corner towards the corner, set your hips, shift your weight. Reach out with one foot, punch with the opposite hand. If you need to touch your foot down, that's okay. Back to the center. I'm going to go into a forward bow stance. So foot goes out, front foot toe straight ahead, back foot 45-degree angle. Shift your weight into it. Punch with the opposite arm. Get a real nice stretch in this one. Come back. Just remember that principle of song. It's the expansion and contraction of your joints, but really your whole body. But again, stay in your comfort zone. And you come back. Heel and toe to get some movement in the ankles. And the same thing on the other side. And then for the lateral motion, the ankle's outside, inside, the foot touches close to the same spot as you can. Same thing on the other side. And being very gentle with your ankles, knees, and hips. First circles one way, and the other way. And on the other side. Reverse. And then shift your weight over, and it's just get yourself centered, and we're going to shift our weight back and forth, coring. And move into some balance work, and just trying to decide the best way to do that. Just kind of do the usual way. As you core from one side to the other, you feel your foundation shift from one foot to the center to the other foot. And the visualization for pouring is that warm, salty water just cleaning all the cells, flowing from one side to the other. Get all your weight into one foot. Let the other foot just float up a little bit. Shift your weight into the other side. Other foot floats up a little bit. This time, your knee floats up a little bit. Other knee floats up a little bit. Heel floats up. Other side. Just bring your knee up, drop your hand on your thigh. Other side. Just do a little bit of a walk, shift your weight. Come straight up. Down it seals, and you're able to move into that foot as the other foot releases. And you have an exhale and the foot comes down, so just relax into it. Pretend you're walking on railroad tracks. You don't want to have one toe come up with the heel in front. You want to have some space between your feet. Just shift your weight back. If you just want to turn around and walk straight back, that's okay. And if you're in a small room, you can just do this in place. Just bring your foot up. Down, making sure you get your foot completely off the floor. So we're walking, we don't want to drag our feet either. Young style walking. Shift your weight into one foot, so the toe on the empty foot comes up, rotates out to 45 degrees. Shift your weight into that foot. The toe comes into the other foot comes into a T-step with the toe touching, or the forefoot touching near the instep of the other foot. Swing around and come up into a forward bow stance. And just shift your weight back until the front comes up. Comes heels in for a T-step if you need to, steps out and back. Just your front foot, and remember if you tend to step straight back so your heels come down lined up, you rotate forefoot. Whichever one works best for you. Come back to the center. Arms come up, down. Remember, this is the commencement form in your own style, and for actually some Qigong forms as well. It's just called opening a door, opening energy gates. It's almost like your body is a wave. Shift your weight into one foot. Bring your hands around so you're holding the ball. Upper hand reaches out like it's going to grab. Other foot comes in, touches. Like the wild horses make. And then back hand brings up that back foot into white crane spreads wings. Remember, there's no weight in the front foot. Turn on that center axis, bringing the hand around, palm lines up to the forehead as you turn back to the other side, fingertips face the floor, arm folds in. If you need to rebalance, you bring your foot in for a T-step, you look back, and hand takes the foot out to the side, and the other hand pushes past your head. It's called brush knee push, but also brush knee twisted, because when you're in part the wild horse's mane, your torso is facing towards the corner, but when this one, when your hand and foot comes around, you do that little twist so your body is facing straight ahead. Hand pushes the foot down, then pops up and goes palm out. First it connects that foot, then it adjusts that foot. And then the next movement is one called playing the P-Paw, or hand strums the lute, or playing guitar. It has a variety of names. And over the years I've learned at least 3 different ways of doing this. I'm going to show you the way that really shows the martial aspect, but it's also very pretty. Shift your weight into your front foot and bring that back foot up half a step. As you do, bring your hands up so they're parallel. So at the end of brush knee push, shift your weight, half step, hands become parallel. Shift your weight back so that heel comes down, toe comes up in the front, and you adjust your hands so they push off to the side. You get to the corner as you come back to the middle. Hand on the outside comes back underneath. You shift your weight back, actually your heel comes up and your toe stays down. So like you're getting ready, bring that hand back underneath, and then the last part, that's when the toe goes up and the fingers go up. Good, so you can see from the side. If we do brush knee push, little half step, hands come up, shift off to the side. If you use a search engine like Google or Bing and put in P-Paw, P-I-P-A, and you look at someone playing a P-Paw, their hands are basically in this position. Brush knee, half step, hands come up, you push to the side. P-Paw. Use this grasping upper arm, lower arm, dislocating shoulder. The next one, we've done the hands in some of the Qigong movements we do. It's called Repulsing the Monkey. And if you remember in Sun style, Repulsing the Monkey is basically brush, knee, push, put north and south. In Yang style, it's pushing energy up and down your arms like this. And it's grabbing, pulling in, and striking. But it starts with one arm in front at 6 o'clock with the palm down, the other arm in back, depending on left or right, it's 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock. You're looking back at that back arm. You look to the front, you turn that front arm palm up, fold the back arm over, so hands kind of near your ear, and you turn on the hips, pulling in, pushing out. It's a good Qigong move for moving energy up and down your arms. So for it to end up playing the P-Paw, arm goes forward, arm comes back, folds over. 1, 2, 3, 4. It ends with your hand near your hip. You got to turn around and do it so you can see the left and the right. If you go from the hands a little bit, okay. I know it's hard to remember that stuff. Keep yourself nice and balanced. Shift your weight right. The left foot back shoulder width. Heel touches, palms rotate back, arms start to forward, fingertips trail, arms start to come back, fingertips trail, hips go back a little bit, and shift your weight left, hands go out to help balance, rotate on that right heel with the right toe, bring it out, so you're holding the ball, and goes out the ground, hip comes around, that's wild horses in 1, 2, 3. Right hand takes up that right foot half a step, holds the ball, left hand on top, shift your weight back, left foot comes up, left fingers go past your right forearm, no weight in the left leg, it comes out a little bit, weights on the outside of the foot, hands are like this. Right hand rotates around so the palm lines up on the forehead, it drops down, left arm folds over. I'm going to throw something at someone, but into help balance for 2-step, and you just step slow, push your brush, first step, 1, 2, 3. I'm taking short steps for the space. 2 half steps. And a P-Paw, toss the monkey, 4. 2, 3, 4. And that's the first several movements in this form. We're working on it as a 9 form, but 9 form goes right into 24, so we may actually play 24 a little bit. The next movement we'll do next time we'll work on something called Grasp the Bird's Tail. I'll just show it to you as a sort of a preview. It's a movement called Ward Off, roll back, press, push. That's the 4 major energies of Tai Chi. We'll cover that next time. It's the movement you do the most in Yang style. So, about out of time. I'm trying to keep these not too long, not too short, because after this we have to do the editing, and we have to render the video, then we have to compress the video, then we have to upload the video, so it takes much more time than just what you see right here. So come up on your toes, inhale, fix everything up, and then just to get a sense of what relaxation feels like. Just let everything relax as you exhale out. It's an inhale, exhale, one more. Just loosen up your legs. I think the attention span on video is shorter than it is in a live class. I want things to go way too long. Back to the center, it's an inhale up and exhale down. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, healthy, and well. See you next time when we'll work on Grass Bird's Tail. Bye-bye.